I don't know what type of Jedi mind trick that they're trying to play with that. TikTok is like my way to disassociate from my life. So I don't know what the fuck they got going on in the back of UPS, but they need to figure it out. But I feel like when I don't solicit the advice, I would like to not get it. Good morning, welcome back to another reseller vlog. It is currently 5:44 in the morning, and I initially was actually supposed to be gone like an hour ago, but I actually just woke up maybe like 20 minutes ago, and I already started my morning stuff, so I'm pretty much done now. I just need to make my coffee. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? So today's agenda is gonna look a lot like me going to my assistant's house. So I need to start working on a new category, as far as like, I think I'm gonna do dresses, and then I need to actually go to Walmart because I need to get another rack. I need to get I think that's it. I just need another rack, and then what else do I need? We need to organize the room that the items are in because we need to make space for the new rack and just kind of like get that room together, even though I'm only going to be in there for like another, what, 7 weeks? Is it 7? No, like 9 weeks. I'm going to be in there for another 9 weeks. So wait, I can't count. I think it's 10 weeks. But anyways, I just want to get it organized. So and then of course I need to go to Target. I need to get groceries, and then I also need to go to Best Buy because my son's dad actually got me something. I think he actually bought it for himself, and then he didn't want it. And it's this thing. How cool is that? It's a DJI Pocket 3. Super excited. This thing is dope. Now I don't have an SD card, so I need to get that, like, you know, really bad. And then I was supposed to look online last night at just, you know, how people is maneuvering it, but I didn't get done with work until 10. And y'all, I feel like I've been working myself to death, and my sales have not shown for it. I hate them loud ass cars, cause like, come on, bro. It's literally 5:48 in the morning and you're doing all of that. But anyways, you know, but yeah, y'all, it has been a little hard. Sales have been not the best, and I'm tired of coming on here saying, oh, sales are picking up, because sales just dropped back down. When I closed out my numbers for December, it wasn't good for December. I mean, you already saw my December recap. I'm missing a lot of money, okay? And the way that it's trending now, it seems like that might be the new norm for my business, which kind of breaks my heart because I've gotten so accustomed to the amount that I was making. But we'll see. I know that this is like a weird period right now, from what I remember anyways in the past, because I've been doing this for almost 4 years full-time. July will make it 4 years that I've been a reseller full-time. But this is just kind of like a waiting period. Spring break is like the next, like, oh, people are getting ready to shop, like, make sure you have things listed. Spring break is coming up, and then, you know, homecoming and all of the school events and stuff, and then summer, and then, you know, everything is back to normal. So yeah, I just gotta roll with the punches. But you know, it's still disappointing when you are working so much and then you don't have much to show for it. So like, I made 4 sales yesterday. 4 sales. My weekend sales, by weekend I mean Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think I only maybe cleared about $500. I didn't even do a ship with me video because I just felt like it wasn't even worth doing, not only because it wasn't like a good amount, but it really just wasn't anything noteworthy. And honestly, I was tired on Sunday with my son because like I say, I'm working nonstop. I work 7 days a week. Even though I don't do reselling 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, I'm working 12-hour days minimum. Now that I'm trying to get my inventory together, so I'm working 12 hours minimum. And then on top of that, when the weekend comes, you know, I'm editing, and my Bubba's here. Bubba is my baby, so he is here, and y'all know how toddlers are. They are very, very, very not only needy, but they're destructive. He's in the terrible 2 stages, so like it just gets, you know, really annoying. But dealing with that and doing this, the only time, because I actually did like a little, you know, thing where the only time that I have for myself is the time that I drop my son off, that 4-hour window before it's time for me to go to bed. That's the only time that I have for myself all week. Of course, I squeeze in getting my nails done, but other than that, so I'm hoping that January is just my hitting it hard month, and then February, we on a slow incline. Because I was even telling y'all in my 2025 goals is that I wanted to go up on my listings. Realistically, that's probably not going to happen until like April. I just don't want to bring in any more inventory while I'm not selling more inventory. So I'm definitely about to just, you know, continue what I'm doing and just go from there. I did pick up a lot of stuff from the bins yesterday in the Silver Hulkin. I was able to source a lot. That's the only thing that has been making me feel good, honestly, with all of these slow sales, is that I'm still able to source a good amount of pieces that are decent. I haven't been having to go to the bins every single day this month, which we absolutely love. So today is going to be a rotating day for me. So yesterday, since I went to the bins for like 4 hours, today I'm not going to go to the bins. So I'm going to spend more time over there. While I'm talking, I need to be working. I hate when they sign me out of my damn account. Honestly, it's been doing that to me lately because I've been using all of these. I've been using all of these third-party accounts. Why haven't I received a text message? Okay, there we go. I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was saying before this. What I can say is that I don't feel stressed out anymore. I feel like I was stressed out. Why is this one in here? That's interesting. Huh. That is so weird. But yeah. Wait, did it sell? No, it didn't sell. So why is it? I'm just trying to figure out why an item is in the unsold when I never touched it. So I find that to be a little odd, but yeah, this looks like a duplicate listing. Okay, well, don't put it on there then. What I've noticed with eBay is that when I have any type of return request, my like page is halted until I approve it. Now I don't even know if this girl's sending back the right item. I don't even know if it's damaged. I'm just gonna approve it just so I can be done with it. The lady that I was telling y'all about in my December recap, the theory dress, it was actually refunded. She actually returned it yesterday, and I went on and reported her for lying. So yeah, I do that now. It may not mean much at the moment. I'm getting sidetracked because I'm really supposed to be printing these labels so I can get out of here before it gets crazy. I don't like to hit school. It would be so many school zones I hit before I actually get to where I need to go, so I need to hurry up and speed this shit up. Okay, anyways, what was I about to do? I was also hoping that I would have made a sale on eBay yesterday so I could be like, oh, I made a sale on every platform. Didn't. eBay just has not been wanting to perform. And speaking of platforms, Mercari, I've noticed an uptick. And then y'all, I also got a new Poshmark bot. Now I'm not gonna tell y'all who it is because I'm ashamed that I ended up, oh God, why is that one not? I feel like every single fucking week it's always one item on Poshmark that never gets like scanned in. And every time I go into the USPS, it's always a person that don't know what they doing. So I just say, you know what, I'm gonna just drop it in a box. Drop it in a box. And then it's always one item. I just had to message last week the person that bought the lift. I can literally hear their alarm going off. It's so aggravating. Anyways, I had to message the buyer for an H&M top, like, hey, I dropped this off on Tuesday. Mind you, it was like Saturday. It literally takes them almost 6 days sometimes to start tracking all my items. So I apologized to them. They never responded, and lo and behold, that next day, tracking updated. So I don't know what the fuck they got going on in the back of UPS, but they need to figure it out. This is why I gotta move out of here. There should be no reason that I can hear their fucking alarm. And they're the people that have like 10 fucking alarms instead of just waking up the first time. If you're one of those people, you really need to understand that when you literally have 5 alarms, you are messing up your body's sleep pattern. You hit the alarm for the initial one, you are falling back to sleep. 10 minutes later, it goes off again. You hit the alarm, you go back to sleep. You are literally falling and waking, falling, and you just keep getting shocked. Versus you just setting your alarm 30 minutes later and get your ass up as soon as that alarm goes off. Like, my ex-boyfriend used to be that way, and I'm just like, bro, you're literally making yourself even more tired. Like, you're falling back to sleep. Just to be woken up within seconds is what it feels like, because your body is trying to fall back into a deep sleep. But anyways, I need to calm down. I'm hoping that today gets better in some way. I've been working through it, like I've been saying. Like, oh, you know, it's just like this, temporarily. Just keep working. Because that's what everybody tells you. Don't stop doing what you've been doing. But you just get so discouraged. And I don't like it. I'm in the luteal phase of my monthly cycle, so I genuinely just want to lay in my bed. Let me take a minute. I'm gonna have to film a haul when I, you know, get back. We're about to make some coffee. For some reason, I noticed that my coffee tastes so much better when I put a shot of espresso in it. I don't think I'm actually gonna start viewing apartments until early February, because by that time, I feel like all of my inventory is gonna be done, and then that phase is over with. So now I can take on finding a, you know, new apartment and just kind of going from there, really. So that is what it is, because then by the time March get here, I can start you know, moving, and then by that time I'd start a draft bank. So the issue with me actually like thrifting more, so like I got this big ass Hulkin. I believe it was also like 65 pieces. I did find some stuff for me and my niece and my son, and like a little quick thing is, what I like to do at my bands is that I like to find stuff for my son and for my niece, because they're like children's clothes, and it brings down the weight. So I literally got close to the same amount of pounds from yesterday and last week, but I paid $20 less because I got a whole bunch of kids' clothes. Now the issue, I was so disappointed. It was like a little sleepy set. I got so happy. I came across a pair of bamboo like tights, and I'm like, oh, I hope I can find the top. Found the top. I come home and I'm like, oh, I'm about to list this, and I wish it was my son's size, because I would have kept it for him. It's this fucking slit right in the front. And I was so mad at myself for not checking. So I ended up just redonating it. Okay, so I've made it here. I'm actually about to go through these boxes or bins. Also this one as well. So I initially set that one aside because when I went through my dresses over the summer, I missed the window to sell my dresses before they started taking the fall stuff. So I'm actually about to go through all of the bins. I had my sister organize them by sizes, which makes it so much more easier to find when an item sells from the dresses, because y'all know before I would literally just dig through all of them until I found the item that I needed. But I'm about to go through all of the dresses, and I'm about to make some labels because I need to separate them by donations and then buy sell trade, so that way we can just keep it organized. Because what's going to happen is once I separate the ones that I plan on actually keeping, I'm going to have her bag them up, and then we're going to start working on the boxes. And I do plan on of course doing the same theme across all of the items that I have, which is to put it by category and size. So let's say women's, well, I guess it will only be women's, even though men can wear dresses too. But anyways, I will put dresses size small, and then just have a whole bunch of size small dresses, the same way I do with the tops. So that is the plan. So I'm gonna put buy sell trade, because the buy sell trade will most likely be starting to take pieces for the spring in February. So I have a little bit of time, but I want to go ahead and get that out the way so then we can be like prepared, because I still need to go through my leggings, my shorts, my tank tops, because I plan on getting rid of a lot of that. Honestly, I might do that today. So also I was gonna have, and by when I say her, I mean my assistant. So I'm also gonna have her create an account when she goes to Clothes Mentor, and I'm gonna use her account for cash, and then I'm gonna use my account for store credit. So when she goes, I'm gonna actually have her go in and sell all of my old stuff, and then I'm gonna go in with the items that I sourced specifically for Buy Sell Trade Store. I think I'm gonna do that. Of course, that's gonna be a video, probably in a vlog, but I'm gonna do that most likely the beginning of next month. The boxes that she has made, and I am loving it. We do need to buy some more of these. This one, maybe I'll just, so these are all the ones that I was gonna just automatically take to buy sell trade, but I think I'm gonna go through it again just to make sure. Good sale with this brand. I think the dress sold for $48. I'm thinking I'm gonna go look at the listing again and just try again, because honestly some pieces you just listed and you didn't know any better. Oh no, this one is missing a button. Almost got a full tote of dresses for the Buy Sell Trade Store. All of this on the floor is being donated, and then these are all the smalls that I need to put in the boxes. These are extra smalls. I need to go through those to verify the sizes, and then my sister is actually working on putting the dresses inside the little wrapping paper. So yeah, progress has been made. All of the dresses have been cleansed for the second time, because y'all know I cleansed over the summer, but I cleansed them again. And we also, you know, condense them. It looks better. It's going to be easy. So when I start putting them in boxes tomorrow, I want to say, is it tomorrow? Yeah, I think I'm gonna start trying to put them in boxes tomorrow. And then I think, I don't know, am I gonna be able to? I don't know, but I got a lot of stuff that needs to be
donated. This first bin is all donations, and then the second bin is all of the stuff that I'm selling to Buy Sell Trade Store. Right now I'm actually about to go through the inventory that I listed yesterday, and I'm about to put that away and pull the measly 4 sales that I got yesterday. So that is the plan. It is currently 10:43, and it's really early still, kind of. I also found some items that I have just like sitting around, so I need to place these in the designated spots. And then I had pulled all of these to sell to a Buy Sell Trade Store, but I'm having second thoughts. This is a linen sweater from Eileen Fisher. This is an item that I remember not relisting, so I actually need to relist that. Y'all know it had got switched, and I ended up just never relisting it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Go on Flip and see if it's still there. I've noticed that I have a lot of size medium items, medium tops, medium dresses. Like medium is damn near overflowing over there, like, so that is probably a size that I need to remember to not pick up as often, because it does not sell as quickly as it should. Okay, and then with these 3, I was gonna sell 2. Honestly, I think I'm gonna just sell it to it, because if these have been listed and they still haven't sold, then it's time to let them go. This is a Tommy Bahama dress. I guess I just don't want to give up the fact that Tommy Bahama is not the best if it's not a plus size with, you know, really bright designs. This is a Wilt dress. That's supposed to be a good brand. Obviously not. This is Babaton, and I don't know if that's supposed to be cut, but this one is like an extra small, and it's a silk romper. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that one go. Yeah, this is not even listed, which kind of doesn't make any sense. Oh, somebody is sending an offer. Please be a good one so I can accept it. Yes, it's yours. The Double D Ranch top. Okay, yeah, so this isn't listed, so this needs to come home with me. And then I need to, the only thing that I don't like about the system that I have is that I would love to know how much space is left in each bin. So I was actually supposed to show y'all last week, and I know for a fact I filmed a clip. Maybe I didn't hit the record button because I couldn't find it when I was editing last week's vlog. But Thursday we are going to clear out all of the stuff that's back here. This is literally just from my sister's place. She's using it as a storage room, but this is what my inventory storage is looking like. I'm going to buy more of these racks tomorrow, and I kind of kept the exact same theme. I know a few people recommended some other systems, but I'll be honest with y'all, I never really asked. I had already envisioned what I wanted. I adore y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all just want to help, and I think that that is such a beautiful thing. But I feel like when I don't solicit the advice, I would like to not get it. If I can set that boundary with y'all, because I set boundaries with everybody in my life, but if I didn't ask, you can just save your breath. If you want to write it in a journal, and then in the future, if I'm like, hey y'all, what do you guys think about this? Hey y'all, can you guys give me an advice on this? You can be like, oh wait, I remember writing something down. Okay, oh yeah, so Gloria, X, Y, and Z. But I chose to go this method because I think my brain just works a lot different from other people's, and seeing a whole bunch of numbers would really fuck me up. I'm gonna be honest, it would really mess up my brain. So I do get it that people do that method, just because you'll know exactly where that item is. But what I have to remember is that that would just be an additional step, and I feel like at some point it would get to a place where I'm probably mixing up numbers. I do think I have a little form of dyslexia, so I feel like the numbers would just really confuse the hell out of me, versus me using the exact same theme that I have here. And the boxes won't be condensed where it's the way that people are currently doing. So like that item, once it's placed in that box, is going to stay in that same box until it sells. There's no moving it, and that'll also help me kind of remember, like, okay, this one's been here a while, because once we pull, we push to the front. Once we pull, we push to the front. So this method works best for me, and it keeps it just so much more easier. and I feel like it keeps it in a place where it's like, okay, if it's a size small and it's a women's top, I know that it's going to be in one of these 6 boxes. Let's say I put you know, box 4 on it, and maybe it's in box 5. Yeah, I might have to flip through all of them, but they're all packaged up and I can see them at a glance. So it wouldn't be that hard to find, because y'all know I'm about to get rid of all of my shoes. I'm getting rid of all of the miscellaneous items. I'm getting rid of everything because I just don't enjoy selling anything besides clothes. So yeah, that's pretty much what, you know, everything is going to be. And these 2 are most likely going to be on this wall. We'll be able to fit 2 more on this wall, and then possibly 2 here, and then 1 more there. And then I think at the very least we might be able to fit 1 right in the middle. So we'd be able to put at the very least, what, a total of 5 of these racks in here. So yeah, that's what it is. And I think that's going to be really beneficial, because I've also decided that as far as the sweaters, jackets are going to automatically be hung up in my apartment, but sweaters, I'm going to put them in the racks. I know y'all remember that I bought. I'm going to put all of the sweaters, all of the sizes in one thing, because I just feel like those are so much more easier to deal with, just pulling them off of hangers versus, you know, having them packaged up and then trying to fit in these boxes. Because I'm gonna show y'all. So these boxes are perfect for tops. They're gonna be perfect for dresses, but I don't think they're gonna be perfect for sweaters, because I'm probably only gonna be able to fit like maybe 6 sweaters or so in there, depending on how thick they are. So to alleviate the stress and headache from that, I'm gonna just do it that way. And then as far as like the bottoms and stuff, those will also be going into the boxes. And I came up in here because I needed to find a size medium box for those 3 items. So what I typically do is when I need to put new items in here, I will, you know, look for it. And luckily for me, I had already created a new one. I don't have it organized just because it was much easier to just slide them on here. But once we come up in here on Thursday, we're gonna fix it all back. That man was like, I don't know, you tell me. That was the sassiest, zesty. They actually making a joke out of him now. A lot of men are doing it on their own. And somebody said for a second, I really thought you was him, because they too good at it. They too good at being zesty. Okay, y'all. So I am finally done. It is currently 11:52. I packaged the sales. I'll pop them on the screen because I completely forgot to show y'all. I got a Depop sale that I was super happy about, because I had just ran like a 20% off like flash weekend sale, no bites. And then as soon as I moved it back to like my regular prices, it sold for my full asking price, which we love. So I actually just recently sourced that cami, and that's why it's so important to get really good with keywords, because if I would have picked that up like a year ago, 2 years ago, all I would put is just like cami, brown, chiffon, and then that was it. Barely 1:01. And y'all know typically I start the second half of my day at around 2. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually about to get on TikTok. I just saw a TikTok where they talked about how they are gonna extend TikTok like for another 207 days. And TikTok is like my way to disassociate from my life and my business and just everything. And then I get on there and laugh and all that. So it was gonna be kind of hard to not have that. And I really don't like Instagram that much. I'll be completely honest. I feel like, well, y'all know I deleted my main Instagram like 2 years ago because I just felt like I don't give a fuck about these people. So I deleted that. And I just felt like it was a morgue of all of the people that I met through my life that I don't really care to keep in contact with or with their lives. So I ended it. But literally all of my close family, like my cousins and my sisters and stuff, they all follow my business account. So I'm still locked in with them, but just like the other people. And my bestie from over 10 years ago, that is not my sister, Josie, and her husband. My Instagram is it's more so business based than it is like personal. So like I only get on there maybe like 15 minutes at a time. That's why if anybody ever like messages me or anything, I don't have any of the notifications coming to my phone because it's just not an app that I like care to be on. Don't get me wrong, I'll scroll on it, I'll doom scroll when I'm like bored and I've checked all the other apps, then I'll get on it, but it's not my preference. But anyways, so I got my DJI camera right here because now I'm about to get on TikTok and look up some settings. I just try to focus on messing with this when I'm like ready to actually start vlogging and stuff. Cause I haven't even got the memory card for it, so I still gotta go get that. I need to get a stand. I probably need to get on Amazon, honestly.
Delete their Meta accounts. That's 51 million people. If 51 million people delete their accounts from Meta, that will cost Meta $12.24 billion.
Okay, so I finally got up out of bed. I'm 15 minutes behind. I'm gonna be honest. It was starting to get to a point where I was about ready to take a nap. So I'm about to make some hot coffee because I'm actually really cold. It's only 72 degrees in here, but I'm really cold for some reason. But I put a shot of espresso in it, and I think that helped power me through the second half of my day. So I think I'm gonna do that again. So I just put it at the bottom. Notification was that. Anyways, so yeah, but I am tired. Well, okay, I'm not tired, but I feel like I want to rest and I can't. I need to kind of designate a day where I work do different things, but I feel like the bins is so inconsistent that I can't really just say, hey, I'm only going to source 2 times a week. That way I can focus on other things during the week, because I genuinely want to be done with all of my inventory, because I'm doing 4 hours minimum 4 days a week. So like 2 days out of the week I'm going there for 6 hours. This is such a cute, funky little top. That's the only problem, is that look at that. That is so fucking pretty. You cannot tell me this isn't like vamp, witchy, boho. It's sheer. Like this is everything. Y'all are gonna see that in a haul many weeks from today, because I already have 2 hauls that are going live or whatever. My days are jam-packed like this. I completely lack the motivation to cook anything. When my day is just like a simple day, I get 8 hours of sleep, I start work, I do what I need to do, and then I'm done with work like around 6 or 7. I'm able to make dinner, drink my sleepy time tea, have my disassociating time, and then get good night's rest. But I don't have that. Everything is like so close, so close, so close. So like even this morning I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning. Now I could have stayed up and then just got to my sister's house probably at 4 a.m. and just start working, but I decided to go back to sleep, and then that's why I woke up later than I was supposed to. So yeah, I feel sleepy, like I want to take a nap. Now somebody did ask me what's my process, and I initially was gonna film like maybe a 10-minute video, but I don't think that it's really that elaborate enough for me to film a separate video. So the format in which Editing Gloria is going to edit this, I'm going to show you what my format is as far as this part of my workday, because when I typically film vlogs, y'all are getting generally the first half of my workday. I never really film this part just because I feel like it's so mundane. We're all pretty much doing the same thing. But yeah, so I recognize that it's important for some people to actually see, because some people are inspired and they want to work full-time as a reseller.
So they kind of want to see what full-time resellers do. I'm gonna need to put this on the floor. See, so this one has like a flare sleeve, so I think this will be best fit if I lay it on the ground to photograph it. That's something that I recognize I need to start doing as well, like to do the things that have like super boho sleeves. I need to photograph them on the floor. Now, the problem that I have is that I don't have enough floor. So it's like I gotta be real particular about it. And I recognized like last week that I have been photographing like around 4:35, and that is when the sun kind of like goes down a little bit. So I don't get the best lighting around that time, but when I photograph like around, you know, 2, 3, the lighting is top tier. I need a mannequin that is not the one that I have. I actually want one that stands up and that I can actually put like pants on as well, you know? So when I move, that is gonna be on my to-do list, because I really want to kind of up the game, because I don't really like the mannequin that I have, because it falls so many times and I hate it so much because I'm sure it's loud when it falls. And I just want one that is like on a stand. I gotta buy more of these hangers. This rack is definitely not gonna make it. I'm thinking about getting like that industrial one, but the only problem with that is that I have nowhere to put it. Because I don't think I've ever did. I think I have actually. So typically what I do on Thursdays is I just break this down and then kind of slide it into my closet, and then put that also in my closet, and then just take out you know, whatever that is my son's that is supposed to be out. And then after my son leaves, I bring this back out and then put his toys up. So I just really gotta work on waiting for some new space and just being patient. I was trying to be done with the inventory by February, so then I can start having my assistant come over to start photographing everything. So then that way I can start working on the draft bank and trying to get days ahead, because what I have plans for her being my assistant is to, you know, take this part away where I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to launder the dirty items. Have her go to buy sell trade to sell clothes. Have her go to the dry cleaners. Just kind of like the smaller tasks. Because once this has a steady flow, I'd be able to, of course, start sourcing a little bit more, even if that's like an additional hour each day, but or however long I want to source. I can do that, and then I'd be able to list those additional 5 items. So I don't really see everything taking full effect of what my you know, goals were for 2025 until April. I mean, because I can start much sooner. I just got to get this flow, all of these kinks and stuff out now. Inventory is done. The assistant is kind of up to date on how everything is done. I definitely need to get a handle on, what do you call it, the books. So I'm going to have her, I'm going to update my own books every Monday, but I'm going to have her update the spreadsheet every Tuesday, because she's going to be off Sundays. Technically, she's only going to be working Wednesdays. No, she's only going to be working Tuesdays and Thursdays for me. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Y'all, I just had given up months ago in regards of trying to only list in-season pieces. Once it got to a point where I wasn't finding as much sweaters and stuff, and I recognized I didn't like backpile enough, you know, winter pieces, and I had to list these type of pieces, I recognized like, okay, it's fine. Let's just go ahead and list what we got. So
when Gloria is showing y'all, oh, you know, yeah, this one was listed for so and so amount of time, but I did list it out of season. Y'all are probably gonna hear that a lot. I know that there's people out there that say, oh, you know, I sell out of season clothes all the time, and you know, I get that. I think we all sell out of season clothes all the time, but it's not a lot. But I typically like to organize my rack. I do dresses, and I typically do them in order of length. I'm not there yet, so I'm gonna reorganize this. But I do the dresses, and then women's jeans and pants, men's pants and jeans, skirts and shorts, just so everything can literally, from start to bottom, it can just be straight up. And then I do men's tops or sweaters and jackets, whatever. And then I do women's jackets, sweaters, and then tops. And then as it goes on, I have like the tank, like smaller tops, and then baby clothes right in the front. And that's just really to keep it easy when it's time to photograph. That was something else too, that I wanted to go through all of my kids' clothes, my inventory kids' clothes. So then I can just bundle stuff together. And I was thinking of putting it on Facebook Marketplace, just so it can be a quicker like pickup, but I don't really know if that'll be like the best option. This was actually stage 1. So I like to put everything on hangers. And like I told y'all before, I do organize my rack. And then at this particular point, this rack is pretty janky, so bear with me. But I like to go in and button anything that needs to be buttoned, zip anything that needs to be zipped. That way, when I move on to the next phase, it'll actually be, wow, why am I having a hard time? It'll actually be easy instead of trying to do everything all at once at the same time, and you know, just kind of defeats the whole purpose. So just kind of check on everything. And then during this stage too, I will try to organize them by sizes. That also helps the flow of photographing, is to have things organized by sizes, because when I get to the inventorying part, it's much easier to breeze through that. So we got that there. This is a plus size. Try to separate the jackets from like the tops. I kind of was trying to figure out a different way to do that, because when I put everything in my Hulken, I prefer like all the sweaters and jackets and stuff that cannot go into the packaging paper to be at the bottom of the Hulken, and then everything that's in packaging paper to be at the top. But I still have yet to figure that out, and to be honest, it doesn't really matter, but it's just like a me thing, I know for a fact. But I'm still trying to work through that, so do not judge me. So we're just doing these by sizes. I think these are larges. I also recently started putting the shorts and stuff in the front, so right behind the kids' clothes. So then that way it can be, you know, easy to do as well. Since this one is already on the mannequin, I'm gonna go ahead and put this here, because this definitely feels like silk. This is a fire piece. When I leave dresses on here, because what ends up happening is I prioritize everything on these racks, so then the dresses end up staying over and over and over again. And the way that I pretty much operate, I like to make sure I run a system by like first in, first out, so like it's a wave, and I'm not really mingling you know, hauls with other hauls, if that makes any sense. So I don't really like to be too picky. That's why I told you I just kind of gave up on trying to only source winter pieces, because I wasn't able to find them, so I was settling for summer pieces. But then I'm like, you know what, I don't want to list the summer pieces now, but I have been. But what I've been doing too is just trying to prioritize like any type of shorts or tank tops we can wait on. But I think I pulled those, and I think I did list some of them. So when I go back to the to my inventory space, I do need to pull out an IKEA bag and kind of get to sorting the other things. So I have my assistant actually delisting the items from the platforms, and I told her, you know, it's a however long event you want it to be. I said it should typically maybe take like 2.5 hours, and so after I get that situated, typically this thing is much more organized, but I got rid of my bin that I used to have where I would separate like the lint roller, the, you know, spot treatment, and the fabric straightener. So like my utensils to like get the clothes ready, I have those separated from the bin where I typically like only use this to write, you know, the item and stuff down. But I went on and put it all together just because I just felt like, you know, it's not necessary to be separated. So I got my lint roller because now that everything is buttoned up and taken care of, I'm actually about to go through it and lint roll anything that needs to be lint rolled. And then I have these stickers to help me identify any type of flaw, so when I do throw it in my dirty clothes pile and it's time for me to wash in like another couple of weeks, I typically like to wait for like 2 loads worth of clothes. But since I noticed that I have a few white clothes, it'll be 3 loads. So I'm probably not gonna wash again until probably early February, because it's items that come home with me that I don't notice the flaw until I use this ring light with all of these Loomies on it, and I notice it and I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta get washed. Some stuff have a stain, some stuff just genuinely just needs to be washed. But yeah, so I just lint roll everything. Not hard at all, very easy. Definitely have to say that using the little color coding things have been a game changer for, you know, the days that I have to actually do laundry and I can't find the flaw. And then I end up washing the item and then the flaw never came out because I wasn't able to stain treat it because I couldn't find it. So that was that. And then I'm taking a mental note. This one needs to be fabric shave, but I'm actually not about to stop to take care of that specific one. So we'll come back to it. I'm actually also checking for like damages as well, any holes, anything that would stop the item from selling, because I'm at a point now where 90% of those items will get redonated if it's not sellable. And I know that everybody is like panicking with, oh, see, look, this one, I see a flaw here. Hopefully that's not rust, because if that's rust, then these are done for. But it has a flaw here. And I'm gonna put, actually I'm gonna break up the sticker because it's 2 flaws by each other. Typically, once I photograph and I get done with this part, I bring it over there and then I just kind of fold it and package it up in the thing, and then I write what it is depending on if I need to, and then I just throw it in my tote. And since, like I told y'all, I plan on doing a haul tomorrow, I can't package anything up because that's where I went wrong last time. So I'm just gonna photograph it and then I'm actually gonna just leave it on the rod, and then, you know, it'll be easier when it's time for me to actually do the haul. But now we are about to steam, and I actually got this off of Amazon. I think it's been over a year. I do have it linked in my storefront on Amazon. I'm sure there are better ones. I've heard bigger resellers say to get the Jiffy one, because that one like will last a long time. So I don't know, this one has been perfectly fine. I think I've had this for over a year now. So it's really up to you. I do agree with buying like the best of something so you don't have to keep repurchasing it. I recognize that I wasn't even recording, but I was essentially just saying that you know, I go through 3 steps: checking buttons, zipping up zippers to see if there's any flaws at that point, then, you know, doing the damn lint rolling to see if there's any flaws, and then after I get done with that part, then I check and see when I steam, is it any flaws? And then of course the photographing part, you definitely gonna see any flaws. And then I also jokingly said I need to go to the bins with this as a headlamp so I don't come home with any flawed items. It varies sometimes, so I'll come home with something that has probably like a little minor stain by one of the buttons, So what I'll do is the next time I go to the bins, I will specifically look at the buttons. And then at that point, I'll probably miss a zipper on a pair of pants. So then at that point, the next time I go, I'm gonna make sure I check the zippers. And that just typically happens. Like I'm finding new things to add to the list of things. But yeah, these are a lot of linen pieces. Steaming is over. I'm really trying to keep everything separated. Just do it like that. Okay, so everything has been steamed. I just like to slide it right over here. Yesterday I did something where I kind of cat-cornered it just like this, and it just kind of made the flow of photographing much easier. And then I bought this little gadget here, and I just use this for photographing. I put my camera on this little, not my camera, but my phone. I use this little spider thingy-majigger, and it hugs my phone. And it's just a lanyard. The reason why I got it like this is just to help with me constantly having to put my phone on my shoulder, put it on my chest, put it on the floor. Like, I wanted to cut all that out. I just have it around my neck, and then I have this, you know, this is, I was about to say a roll of tape. This is not fucking tape. What is this? Measuring tape, yeah. So it's measuring tape. So when I'm photographing, I'm doing pit to pit, length, waist, inseam, rise, and all of that. And then I just go to my board and I write everything on the board. And then when I get done with all of the photographs, I take a picture of the board, and that is to alert me when I'm in my listing stage that, hey, this is the last thing for this item. And that kind of keeps everything organized. So yeah, that's essentially what I do. So you guys will see it in action. I know that some people, you know, tell you to time stuff, but I'll be honest, I don't time myself doing this. I never have, just because it varies each day. If I'm on my period or my luteal phase, I'm definitely moving a lot slower. If I'm ovulating and in my what is that other one called? Follicular stage, I'm moving quick. I'm, you know, excited. So I really don't care to monitor how long it takes. But since I'm gonna have an employee, I probably need to, really. Because for me, it's so mindless doing this part of it. It's the prepping that annoys me. So this is, make sure I get it right. So this is 20, it's gonna be tight. 20 by 18 and a half. Yeah, that pit to pit is terrible. This is supposed to be an extra large, and that pit to pit is 20. Typically, extra large pit to pit is like a 22, 21, 22. But we'll see. I like to try to get a good angle. I've stopped caring if the item is not like perfectly centered. I used to care, but just get the photo taken. But I'm going to go ahead and what is it called? Share my screen. And I just, it is kind of lopsided, but that's okay. And then I will get one of these, and it does have pockets, so we want to get the pocket. We also want to get what it looks like up close. These are hidden buttons, so I want to get those photographed. And then I want to show the flare. And then I do sit on my shoulder to try to find the care tag, because we want to photograph the care tag. Okay, here we go. So, I mean, I can dangle the phone, but I choose to just do what I'm doing. And then this is 100% cotton, nothing really on the back, but I photograph it anyways. And then this is the part where before I flip it over, I will actually go to Google Images, and then I will Google search it, just so it can help me with the item and the style. Name, Natalie Martin. This is not it. This is very disappointing and so embarrassing. All right, so now I'm gonna go at the top and I'm gonna type in, what brand is this? Julia. Amori? Spelled that wrong? Okay, spelled it wrong again. Oh my goodness, there we go. All right, I was kind of hoping that this was gonna pull up, but it did not. This is not the same thing, so this is gonna be a little bit of a headache when it comes time to listing it. But look at those prices, y'all. Crazy. This is something similar, so I'll go look at that. Yeah, see, their lighting is bad. The photographs are not that good. And sorry if you were this person, but yeah, you want somebody to pay $225 and this is all you took. But we're gonna get off that. She don't have any keywords for me to actually like steal or use. So I'm gonna go look for somebody else. See, this one has a style name to it, so this might be the exact same item that I actually have. If it's buttoned down, then this is the same dress that I have. Yep, okay. So now that I know that this is a similar dress, I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot, and I'm gonna use that when it's time for me to actually, you know, list the item. So now we're gonna go back to the photographing. We're gonna take a photo of the back. Let me fix this first. And then I'm gonna go over to my measuring board, photograph that. And that is literally it, y'all. Okay, so now I'm actually about to just breeze through the rest of these photos so then I can get ready to list. And I know that somebody wanted like my front to back type of like, you know, of the photograph and listing and all of that. But I did make a video, okay, on how to list faster. And I will link that video down below and I'll pop it up on the screen. Go watch that video because that one is a little bit more in depth on like my process. We're on the third leg of the day. It is currently 5:05. Now, what I typically used to do, and I remember when I used to do it, it used to just make the work day just kind of run a little bit smoother. So once I get done with photographing, I go take a shower, do my skincare, and then if I'm hungry, I would eat something, and then I would come and list as like the last thing that I do for my work day. So I'm actually about to do that. I did have a video that went live, so I needed to put that out, and I did. And I typically watch it back now, so that'll be the first video that I watch when I am importing all the listings into Poshmark. So I am a Poshmark lister before any other platform. I don't know if I talked to y'all, but I did end up getting a new like Poshbot service. I'm actually not gonna tell y'all just because I talked hella shit about them and I said I was never gonna work with them again. Granted, this is not me working with them. I'm just working silently. So if you've been here for a good year or so, you know what the hell I'm talking about. But if you don't even go try to find it. So I'm using theirs because I was doing a lot of shopping, and the only ones that I had heard about, you know, the resellers that I follow, is either Pasha VA, the company that reached out to me twice trying to get a response. Actually, they've reached out to me like 6 times in like the past like 3 years, and we've had issues the first couple of times. This fourth time they reached out, I went on and said, yeah, let's go ahead and collab. And then they didn't respond for 2 weeks, and then like, hey, did you get our message? And then I just forwarded what I responded to the first, well, technically not the first, but like the first email that's been recent. Nothing. So I'm not gonna go to them because what I don't like about their platform, and I'm gonna not say their name, but I'm sure you're gonna know what I'm talking about if you've ever used them or if you currently use them. When you go to sign up with them, they want you to show them your current service and how much you're paying there. I don't know what type of Jedi mind trick that they're trying to play with that, but it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They can literally go on those websites and look at the prices. Why are you asking me what I'm paying on this platform? Like, that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Now, if you plan on like either matching it or going under, then that's when you can ask. But just for you to let that be a starting point of me using the service, very weird. But that's neither here nor there. And then the other service that I'm using, it is also an app. And I'm only going to use their Poshmark bot. I looked into their cross listing service, and I do like that theirs is so much more like simpler and not crazy. But I like paying the $9. And then 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 just released hers. Now, if y'all watched some vlogs ago and I was saying that platform that I have been using was in beta, it was hers. It was Fearn. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Her layout is chef kiss. I love the interface of it. It's so like sleek, clean, and organized. Like, I am so big on just things being clean and organized and just easy for the eyes to gaze at. Like, I'm so big on that. That's why y'all saw me talking shit about One Shop, because like, you can just tell a man did it. Like, no shade to them, but like, you know what I'm saying? So Fearn is just so beautifully made. I think the only pitfall, even her price point is okay. Like, it's a little expensive, but it's at the same level as her counterparts, some of them. But I think what you're getting is worth it. And my only gripe is that they would have did Depop instead of Etsy, because I don't even really know how many people are using Etsy. Please let me know down below if you use Etsy, because why is that shouldn't even be a top contender of, you know, platforms to use. But you know, so unfortunately for me, I'm not going to use Fearn, only because they don't have Depop, and Depop is a part of my business. Granted, I only make 7 to 10 sales a month, but that's still 7 to 10 sales a month that, you know, I probably wasn't going to make on the other platform. So I personally need Depop to be a part of it. And that was the only reason why y'all remember I was entertaining One Shop, because One Shop had all 4 of my platforms. Like, it was perfect. But if Fearn gets Depop added on, I'm gonna go straight to them. I will go ahead and pay that $65 a month. But yeah, it's a beautiful app. Let me know if you guys have checked it out or looked at it. She says she's been working on it for 4 years, and you can tell when I saw the beta, I'm just like, this is so pretty. Like, I don't want to say pretty, because pretty makes it seem like it's so girly, but it's just easy to look at. The interface is manageable. Like, it's nice. And I feel like when you're paying the money, you need to have this to look good as well, you know. But anyways, I don't know why I went off on a tangent. But I'm still on Flip, so and to get out of that, then I just hit sell, and then I will get the item. This one doesn't have measurements because the measurements are already in the tag, so I don't even bother with it. And then, I don't know, this cropping situation. Now, somebody did tell me to, you know, just take photos in Poshmark. I actually attempted doing that, and I didn't like that it took like a couple of seconds between each photo. It just slowed me down with the photographing process. So I said, that's just not gonna work for me. So that's essentially all I do. I just upload it to Poshmark, and once I'm done with this, then I will get on my desktop and finish off the drafting process. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through these, and I'll see y'all in a second. Actually, just ate my dinner, and I'm finishing with like uploading it to Poshmark. So I'm done with that. Everything has been uploaded, and I have everything worked out. And essentially, this is pretty much how it looks for me. So this is my I guess draft. So then I go one by one to actually list the item. So I'm gonna go back to the photos, because that dress that I showed y'all earlier of that amazing brand, I'm gonna go to that screenshot that I took, that Julia Amori dress. So I'm just gonna type in Julia Amori dress and Coco Jardin shirt dress, and I'm gonna see if more, yeah, most of them pop up with a whole bunch of different colorways. So now I know that that is the style. Wow, these dresses are $300-400. No, this isn't exactly my dress. This is gonna get me so caught up. So let me kind of look at my dress again. Mine is more paisley than it is floral. Now, I do say to not spend more than 2 minutes. While this dress is priced at $125, and it's 31 likers on it. So that's what makes me nervous. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to have the exact style photo, which I feel like will help the dress. But I will be listing it. Look like the window without new tags is going to be about 160 max. So I'm gonna probably price mine at about 140. Yeah, y'all not gonna be able to see it that well. I'm sorry, because there's nothing else that I can do, because I can't really like use my phone to record. But I'm actually just gonna type the brand name, and I do capitalize the very first letter. And I think my keyboard is about to die. Fuck, because it's going slow as hell. How many? Okay, no, I still got 35%. Why is it going so slow? Anyways, so I'm going to just make sure I spell it correctly because I've been messing up. So this is a Julia Amori dress. So I'm gonna put women. I always put the gender right after, and then I put dress. This is an extra large. So now this is where I put all of my keywords, because now I have the base of the item. So I'm gonna put shirt, and then I'm gonna put paisley. I spelled paisley wrong. And then I'm gonna put floral. By the way, I'm gonna briefly say this. I've had a few people that clearly watch my channel came to my Poshmark, and they will kind of offer a little bit of advice. Now, I'm not opposed to it, but just know I'm gonna take it, and then I'm gonna report your comment, because I don't need that negative energy on my thingy-majigger. So if you say, hey, you misspelled this, I'm going to fix the correction, and then I'm going to report the comment, because commenting on it is, you know, very, very, very wild. If you would have bundled it and commented, different. But to comment on the post, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. But anyways, like I said, I am going to put a whole bunch of keywords. So now I'm going to put cottage core. This is very peasant as well. So I'm going to put peasant, even though this is a $400 dress. And then I'm gonna go look back at some of these other ones. A lot of them don't really put any keywords. So yeah, I can just put short sleeve. This is what I do. Oh, I can put cotton actually. I'm gonna put cotton. TikTok is making the girls look out for fabric content. So yeah, and then I'll just copy that, and then I'll paste it in the description. This item had no flaw, so I'm gonna put EXC, and that's gonna give me a shortcut to put the item is in excellent condition with no flaws. Please see all photos. This is a woman's dress, and then it is a maxi. And then, oh, I need to actually put that too. I'm gonna put maxi in the title as well. See, it's good to do that, so I'm just gonna put that there as well. All right, and then you know, the size, and then it's Julia. Okay, her name does not pop up. I typically don't put I don't type in the name if it don't pop up on the brand. And sometimes I will fill these little style tags out, and sometimes I don't, I'll be honest. And then I'm gonna put cotton on it. They say it works, but I don't really know. And then since I don't know the exact amount for the dress, I do like to go to Poshmark and see people's, because they'll sometimes put what the original price was. So I see there's a $295, that was similar to mine. I'm gonna put the same thing. So I'm actually gonna put mine at $148. Their suggestion price is between $71 to $152. Now, just because I price it at $148 does not mean it's gonna sell for $148. These suggested prices is a huge range, and not all of them are that brand. So typically what you put in the title and description, it will pool to the suggested amount. So it's good to go and kind of look and see the brands that they actually put on there. So since mine is a plus size, that adds more value to it. And I'm noticing here that the extra larges are selling at $115 and $128. So I put mine at $148 because I still want to be up under the suggested price. Mine is not new with tags, but it does have value to it. So $148, and my minimum on this dress is going to be like $125 on Poshmark specifically. So now we are done with that one, and I'll typically just go through all of them. But since y'all are here, I'll show y'all. I also go to Flip, because I told y'all this is my cross-listing service, and I typically bulk import from Poshmark. But since I only have that one item that I just showed y'all, because I don't want to keep y'all here all day, I'm just gonna pick that item and show y'all how I cross list on Flip. It's very easy, and to be honest with y'all, the only reason why I'm on Flip, and I just need to make sure that it's known, is because it's $9. It's the cheapest one out there right now, and it gets the job done. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the other platforms have. This one is cut and dry. If you just need to cross list, this is the platform for you. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a platform for you. But if you are a person, what the hell is that? I did not mean to click that. I'm gonna just put no brand because we're going to Mercari first. So with Mercari, I did put out a video telling y'all how I kind of like waterfall my prices. But now that Mercari is back to, you know, their little shenanigans with changing the fees, I don't drop the price as significantly as I did before, because y'all know before we was getting our full amount that it sold for. Now we're getting a little bit less of that, so I'm actually only going to drop this by a little bit. So I just took $3 off because somebody's going to try to send me their lowest offer, and it's showing right here. So if it sold at my full asking price on you know, sorry, if this sold at my full asking price on Mercari at $145, I'd only make $129 off of it. And then thinking about it on Poshmark, if it sells at $125 minimum, I think I'm only gonna make $100 off the item, and that's actually the goal. I want to net over $100 on this item. So honestly, I'm gonna drop it to $142 actually. So if this even sells at 25% off, I'll still be over that. Wait, will I be? I'm not good at math, so I'm gonna just put that back up there, because 25% of 145, let me see, because y'all know people, they'll try to do the most. Okay, I didn't put the calculations in right. That's $36. Yeah, so I'll still be over that amount, so I'm gonna keep it at 145 actually. And that one is gonna list. I use FedEx because now that I know that I can drop it off at Walgreens, I have a Walgreens that's literally like a hop, skip, and a jump away from me, so I went back to choosing that option. Y'all know that eBay doesn't allow you to not put a brand, so I'm gonna put the brand in there. Again, you know, eBay has so many fucking drop downs, but I've been doing it a while, and that's why I really do like Flip's interface. Is very user friendly. It's very cut and dry, straight to the point. There's nothing extra about it, and I pretty much got it down pat. So I can just really click through these. I wish they made it to where they were automatic, but you know, it's not. I always use grounds on eBay. If it's more than, you know, 2 pounds, then I'll use the other one, but I try to fix it at that. So I'm actually gonna keep this one at $139 on eBay. So I started it off at $148 on Posh. It's gonna be $142 on Mercari, and then $139.99 on eBay. And that's simply because I have my offers locked on eBay. Nobody can send me an offer. So I pretty much have a controlled environment on eBay, and I absolutely love that. I wish I can do that with all of my platforms, because then I'd be able to price it even better if I can lock the price, but I can't. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much it. Now I do this 24 more times. So when I do my like listing process, like I said, I try to keep it to under 2 minutes. The only reason why I do research is that I can try to pull in that buyer that is looking for that item specifically. You don't always have to use stock photos. I choose to use stock photos on the brands that I know that aren't flagged or copyrighted throughout the platforms. But the main goal in the Google lensing is to actually find the name for it, because somebody that's on their website, they want that dress, they want that exact dress, they will copy and paste it into their Google search bar or on eBay or on Poshmark to find that item specifically. So the goal in Google lensing is to actually get this, not only the stock photo, but also the style name, and then also to help me during the listing process, because had I found the
stock photo and style name, I would have screenshotted the stock photo and of course screenshotted the style name. So then when I got to the listing process, I just read from it and type it, and then that listing be pushed out within a minute on Poshmark, maybe less than a minute. And that is what helped me list 25 items much more quickly than the average person, I guess. Because I know that when I say I list 25 items a day, y'all be like, girl. But it's because I have that as a process and I'm quick. So yeah, it takes me maybe a little bit longer during the photographing stage, but me taking a little bit longer during that stage makes this stage a lot quicker. And since I'm on the last leg of the workday, I would love for me to be able to like power through it quickly. And then I do the same with the cross listing. Like I've recognized Flip's interface. I know what is what. I don't even really have to read it anymore. I just kind of, you know. So that also helps with the process and making it much quicker. But yeah, that is it. Y'all saw what a full day. Well, it's gonna take me an hour to actually list the 25 items, give or take 45 minutes to an hour. Then it's going to take me about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to cross list it. And cross listing takes me long because I get so bored and I find myself getting up, I start washing dishes, I start sweeping, I start cleaning the bathroom. Like I start doing 3 or 4 different tasks in the time span that I am cross listing, because I hate cross listing so much. So this might be a task I may also delegate to my assistant as well, because I fucking hate it. But yeah, if I didn't like take that long, it should take maybe 30 to 35 minutes, because y'all have to assume and to know that when I cross list, I'm cross listing to 2 platforms. So I've already listed 25 items. Now I'm about to cross list 50 items, you know? So that's something to consider. So I'm technically listing 75 items a day, you know, if I'm gonna use it in that type of logic. But I am gonna go ahead and let y'all go. This has been the longest video ever. I know that editing Gloria is gonna be like, girl, why you talk so damn much? But if you've made it this far, because I know a lot of y'all did not, leave this emoji, okay? Leave the emoji with whatever comment you want to comment, or if you just want to put the emoji to let me know that you stayed, that you're a real one, and you like these super chatty reseller vlogs, I would highly appreciate it. But yeah, I will see y'all next week.